Everybody, it's Invicta. It's time to Eden Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Friday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video crossing 3,000 likes, and the like streak goal now puts us at 314 over 330, only 16 away now from the worst run of the Repentance era redo, which, as a reminder, make sure you check out the information box down below so you can go click on the nomination form for those of you who have not already. And obviously, there's a lot of people who are trying to vote the last Wednesday's run, the chaos run that we had, which is the new worst run of the year so far. I wanted to let everyone know, obviously put that video out now. That way you're not wasting your nominations on something that I was already planning on doing anyway. And apologies for those of you who already nominated that one, but there's still plenty of time left to get your nominations in. Here's your statistics of the day, submitted here by Supporter Reno on the Invicta subreddit, as well as on the Discord. And title thread was Isaac Analyzer, July 2024. And then in the thread, they also said, hey, Mosh Pit, July is over, so it is time for the stat sheet for July. You can take a look at our website if you want to go compare months, and then they listed the website there. Best regards, Lixie Cats and Supporter Reno. So definitely go check that out on the Invicta subreddit. YouTube really does not like me posting any non-Google URLs in the information box, so just to be aware on that. They barely allow social media, but you can check out the link on the Invicta subreddit if you've not already been over there. Oh man, we're starting with the D Sizzle. 3 Lima 11 Juliet November Mike Alpha. Well, we've got Dad's Coin, which is kind of a downer, but we also have a Reverse Emperor card and the D Sizzle. So I'm definitely down for this. It's gonna immediately be Pestilence. Yay. But our stats, our stats are great, except our movement speed. 3.14 tears rate is high by me. Great shot speed, actually a little bit too much shot speed. Movement speed is the only real downside that we've got. 3.38 is slightly below Isaac base average in terms of damage stats, but this is something that we can work with here. Now, we do have to be careful against Pestilence. This is not really a great fight for us. I was hoping that we were going to fight someone a little bit easier. Yep. Just got to be careful we don't get domed by one of the Ipecac shots. This is one of those times where Pestilence can be kind of a nuisance. Wow, that was really, really close to killing us there. Have to put on our dodging shoes. As soon as we get him to phase 2, it should be easier. We just got to stop him from getting. You've got to stop. You basically have to get the grubs out of here. Otherwise, they are the most dangerous part of this fight. I mean, Pestilence is dangerous, obviously, as well, but the grubs will literally cut off the room from where you can and can't go. So this is a true dogfight of a boss fight right now. And on only 1 HP, we got to be careful. Yeah, like I said right there. Now, here's the thing I'm worried about. What happens if... Are we going to get put back in the curse room? I think we are. So we need to get HP here, otherwise we're dead. And that would be a very unceremonious end here. I should have thought about that before going into the curse room and then just ripping the Reverse Emperor card. Yeah, we got bailed out there by getting a heart. So I was going to re-roll. Let's see if this would have re-rolled anyway. And yeah, we would have got HP. Okay, so we would have been fine. We would have been fine there. So starting off, we're back at full HP, but that was a very, very risky maneuver there. I didn't even think about, for some reason, I thought that we were going to be placed back at the starting room. And that would have been a very Invicta way to go. If that was going to be the end. I'm glad it wasn't, but yeah, let that be a lesson to you all. Don't ever use the Reverse Emperor card inside the curse room, because that could have been an absolutely massive mistake. Thank God we had the D6, but also thank goodness that Pestilence dropped that heart, because that was it. I mean, we were dead. There was no way of getting out of that, unless if we had played the only option there would have been to play the fortune telling machine and hope that we either get a payout of the crystal ball, or it gives us like Mom's Kiss, or a tarot card that gives us a heart. So we weren't totally out of options, but we were almost out of options. Sharp key would be amazing for us early on. It's 5 keys for 7 cents. You can't beat that. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this. Go Bomba. Bomba. I do want PH Dizzle. PhD, of course, was instrumental in helping us in that other run from this past week. There's lots and lots of pills here that we can take. PhD also gives us a full heal, so I've got no qualms about walking over those spikes. Super Secret Room might be south of here. It's hard for me to really tell. We have to get one more full charge. We have to get one more charge on the D6 to be able to roll Able. Anything is gonna be better than Able. I'm not gonna use our last bomb here. We don't need to. Plus, on top of that, we need to get PhD. So a little bit of a scare early on here, but we're we're trucking away. Got bailed out by some fortunate luck for once. Right, no Dookie. Down goes old Dookie here. Other than that, I mean, it's a fantastic start. We ended up getting a Tears upgrade, which I'm very happy about. There's the full charge that I was just talking about as well. I'm not even going to entertain the thought of re-rolling the shop here. We just need to re-roll Able and just try to get something better than what Able is. Sure, we get a slight damage up. We get one singular full soul heart, which I'm definitely down for. Room. Wow. Okay. Should have used that on the shop. I was really hoping that that was not going to be the case. I was so sure that the secret room was there. I really was. Honestly, it should be there. I cannot. It has to be to the left of the shop. That's the only place for it. So we're not going to be able to get PhD. It's unfortunate, but the way the mop flops, unless we get sharp key or something. Nope. Mamba? Honey? Yave. Going to last week's question of the episode here. This one brought to you by VUCA from the Card I Hardly Ever Use episode, which of course was a reference to that Reverse Temperance card that if you missed that play, you definitely need to go back and go watch that because, man, it was a Hail Mary of all Hail Marys, and it ended up saving our keysters. Brought to you by VUCA, who said, question of the episode, what is an item that isn't shown enough love in Isaac? Not OP, but still good most of the time that needs more appreciation. I personally love Infestation 2, spawn spiders when enemies are killed. I think Infestation 2 in particular is definitely shown enough respect. For me, personally, the item that I think is very good that is not respected enough, and I'm guilty of not putting enough respect on the name from way back in the day, is M, the trinket. I always refer back to M. Being able to re-roll your spacebar items on a whim freely and until you can't go on to re-roll anything else, I think that ability is super broken. And it can give you literally any active item in the entire game just for a trinket. And it is such a run-defining item that I feel I've done a better job shining some light onto it over the last year or so, because we've had some absolutely banger re-rolls with M. But I don't think people appreciate enough how good being able to re-roll your active item is over and over and over again. Now, if you didn't want a trinket, you just want an actual item itself and, not including trinkets. Black powder, I think, is a really strong item that not a lot of people even consider to be that great. Again, I felt like I've done an adequate job at showing how powerful black powder can be, especially if you have it in Greed. It just shuts down a lot of the early waves. Outside of Greed, it's still pretty good. It's difficult to set up though, because obviously you need to have the maneuverability, you need to have the movement speed. But when you can get it off, it's beautiful. And the amount of damage that black powder does is truly remarkable. So thank you, VUCA. And if you have your own, items you want to add to that, then post them in the comments down below. I'm trying to encourage more comments down in the comment section where it's supposed to go. Talk about engagement a lot, and I don't know how much has shifted in the metagame in terms of YouTube. From what I've been told, comments are just as important as likes are now, if not more important, but I don't have that from an official source. That's just from mutual stuff. First chariot card here. Get ourselves a compass. I don't know how to say. How do you say compass in Espanol? No, I love me some compass. I love being able to know exactly where I need to go and not to go. Cuts down on so much of the riffraff in the terms of the ins and outs of a regular run. Yeah, okay. I'm only taking rocket in a jar because I want to use it for DPS in case we need it. The rocket in a jar will give us the ability to fire our bombs now in a rocket attack instead of placing bombs, which is a very nice little helpful attack whenever you need just a massive amount of burst damage really, really quickly, but you don't have it. Consider bombs. You can make bombs your primary weapon, and it's very effective at dealing with early game bosses and early game pressure. Umba? Try it. Okay. I'm just going to use a reverse chariot card because I'm not going to mess with Gurglings here. Reverse chariot card will give us a massive amount of tears upgrade and make us totally invincible. And another HP upgrade, which I am going to take. This is a prime reroll opportunity here with the D-Sizzle. You don't know what the D6 does? It just rerolls all the item pedestals, whether they're on the ground or in the air or just there. False PhD? Nah. Miss me with that. Take Purgatory to lock in our Devil Deal chances, and we'll head on to Down. I'm gonna fight the mini boss here. You could definitely argue that False PhD is worth taking if you need damage, which we do need damage, but we also need movement speed and tears. Having Wire Coat Hanger is nice early on, but if I'm going to take one item in that situation, in that Devil Deal, I'm going to take Purgatory. Purgatory doesn't cost us any stats. It's no fuss, no mess, no nothing. We just simply use the item. It's very, very powerful. It allows you to shut down projectiles. It allows you to shut down easy to kill enemies without you having to worry about it too much. And Purgatory is just honestly just a great item. It's a solid A tier item, I would say. And while I do think that having bad PhD is definitely worth it sometimes, we don't have the stats to really spare right now. So, you know, the only stat that I don't care about, I quite literally do not ever care about losing with False PhD, is going to be the luck stat. If I can take a luck rating and turn it into damage, I'm going to do that 100% of the time. Thought that one would die one shot sooner. Bursting Sack. I mean, Bursting Sack's not terrible, but I'm going to wait on that. Trade one bomb for a nickel and a key is a very good trade. Good value there. Purgatory should shut down the egglets here. Here we go. Nice, nice. Now we will take the battery for show. I'm going to take a soul heart here. Charge, baby. Oh, man. That's a difficult one to get because on one hand, you've got the guaranteed charges from the jumper cables. But it takes a while to ramp up because obviously it's every 15 kills. Or you have the somewhat inconsistent but reliability of the greater charges of Battery Baby. It's gonna keep feeding Purgatory. I don't know what Purgatory is. Purgatory. Or the Bighorn. terrible time for him to throw a Mega Bomb. Purgatory's traveling just slow enough to not be able to connect with anything, and I'm kind of mad about it right now. What on earth was that? That was some next level clown physics there. We get another HP upgrade, which I'm now starting to get a little tired of. But I still am going to take it because right now I don't trust going on here. We had a great start, but we were starting to flounder here quite a bit. Speaking of Infestation 2, there you go, Vuka. There was no Soul Heart in the shop yet. Wait, no, there is a Soul Heart. So if I really, really wanted to, I could go in the Curse Room, try to get teleported to the Devil Deal. I'll take Little Horn. Okay, now we do some full clearing just to get a charge on the D6 in case we find another item pedestal here, or we can start the next floor with a full charge. And more importantly, we're trying to get. I'm going to go for Battery Baby. The upside there is just too great with him basically stunning everything, but also giving us charges on our D6. And on top of all that, remember we have the battery now, so we can store those charges and have double rerolls for a hopeful Devil Deal one day. I will do the Mob Trap Room if I absolutely have to. We're going to need 20 cents here to get the Soul Heart and also get Battery Baby. Boss Rush, obviously not going to happen here. Okay, we're getting little pennies here and there. Infestation 2, by the way, is going to spawn spiders and flies every time you kill an enemy. But it's not a self-perpetuating system. They cannot spawn flies themselves, although that would be very nice. Did I give up? I have no clue where this gosh dang super secret room is. Okay, we have 15 cents. Now we have a big decision to make. We are going into the next floor without a Soul Heart. Is it worth risking not getting a Devil Deal for Battery Baby, which gives us a full charge now, but is not going to save us from losing a Devil Deal on the next floor? We need a Devil Deal, especially when we are going to have 2 charges of D-Sizzle. I'm going to say it's probably not, since we only got 1. That being said, we haven't found the secret room yet. It could be here. I give up. It's most likely at the end of here. I don't know why I went back in here. It's not. I have no clue. I have legitimately no clue. It's not there. That's the most obvious wall. It's not there. I didn't try the elbow over here. I give up. No clue. Is it above the Mob Trap Room? It's the only other place I could see it being. It can't be here because there's a skinny curse room there. This is the only other place I could foresee being there. And we cannot access anything. All right. All right. Well, we got a somewhat free Little Horn. Infestation 2 is a good shout. Unfortunately, we got another HP upgrade, but we're probably going to need it here. 5 cents I'll try to get for an extra soul heart if we get lucky. Yep. 17 minutes only on flooded caves too. Oof. That is not a good sign, my friend. Okay. Remember when I was talking about how we might have too much shot speed? This is what I'm talking about. It is incredible how bad the physics flip out. Even when it's a 1/100th of a point above 1.0 shot speed, and you think I'm exaggerating, but I'm telling you, I'm not. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You can see runs where we've had clown physics issues, and just watch everything just go haywire because the shot speed was too high and the physics engine doesn't know how to handle things that are in the air and floating. And we had a good start, but this is a very pivotal floor that we're on right now. We have got to get something that gives us more damage, increases our DPS in some way, be it a Tears upgrade or an actual damage upgrade. I would prefer a damage upgrade for now. Finger Bone. Kidney Stone is fine. It doesn't technically solve anything here. Of course, there's a mushroom. Yeah, so there's a reroll target. Kidney Stone is one of those items where it's too good to not have. The upside to it is enormous, especially if you end up getting rock bottom. Okay. So I'm going to wait till Kidney Stone procs so we have a big burst of damage to go blast the boss with. Look, Kidney Stone, I will wait here as long as it takes for you to proc. Thought. Okay, it's going to be Fallen. Now this could be good with 2 rerolls and the D-Sizzle. Purgatory? You get to do something, buddy? Spear of the Night, way too good not to have. Ooh, boy. Contract from Below is, again, too good not to have. Can't do it. Can't do it. But the positives now are that we have flying. Flying's huge. We still have a reroll pedestal to go through with the Anarchist Cookbook. We really get desperate, we can go into the boss trap room with 2 rerolls. But obviously we've had a real windfall with Contract from Below and Humbling Bundle lately. And that's an item that it's really in a thankless role. Like, you don't really understand how powerful Contract from Below and Humbling Bundle are until you need them and you see it happen. I mean, they are game changers for sure. So the question now becomes, do we go into the boss trap room with at least 1 reroll, or do we use it for our item room? And we might be able to bomb our way in there looking at the map. Not found our secret room yet. Can't. it's not really a matter of will we be able to go in the boss trap room. It's a matter of will we be able to do the boss trap room without having a teleport to get us out of there. I'm just swinging. I'm just striking out all over the place for these secret rooms today. There's a lot of soul hearts in the ground. I think with Kidney Stone, we should be fine to do this without much issue. I'm just looking for a fire here, game. I mean, it's flooded caves, so I should have known. And I also shot out everything. All right, well, back up to the curse room, I guess. So the object here is to get down to 1 heart, go into the boss trap room, and then see what's in there. Now, if we end up taking the item in there, hopefully it's just an HP upgrade. I know that seems ironic with me just saying how much I didn't want any more HP upgrades, but ideally there will be an HP upgrade in there to save us from dying in the boss trap room, and then we will have a double charge on the Anarchist Cookbook, which is a global drop, and that might help us out a lot more. Range upgrade's not going to cut it. I decided to take it because the upside of being able to re-roll Anarchist Cookbook twice is too high. Because I didn't see that grub being spawned now, so we got to be extremely careful here. Thankfully, it's not champion frail. Get a little bit of regen there from Placenta. I appreciate that. He gets there by Bighorn. Okay, so we were able to successfully navigate through
Judgment.
the boss trap. I knew that was gonna be a demon judgment. So now our reward is to essentially go and get a possible upgrade here from Pride. I'm not going to play the Demon Judgment. It's just too risky for us at this point, especially with this movement speed and lack of damage. You take the Broken Ankh just as a Hail Mary, save us type deal. I'm going to go back and grab this Soul Heart, and then we are finally ready to go to the next floor. Take one more stab at the shop here because I don't remember what was in there. I think Buddy in a Box. We could re-roll those as well, but this is Anarchist Cookbook is just an item pedestal that we don't have to pay for, and it's something that we've earned, so that we can at least get some value out of. Yeah, Toxic Shock. Now we can go re-roll the shop if we really, really wanted to, and I think it's worth doing. So a very, very long-winded floor, but you know, when you're in these situations, you got to make do with what the game gives you. And in this case, I think that the things that we have done so far have absolutely put us in a much better spot and position to win this run. We're not really in danger at the moment, outside of the 2 flirts with death that we just had at the beginning of this run, and as well as the we can take Hollow Heart. And of course at the boss trap room there with us getting hit by stains, so we're okay. Okay, so there's some enormous upside here to us getting a Bone Heart, as you just saw right there. I was hoping that would happen. The Placenta is going to regen the half Red Heart and at least partially fill the Bone Heart, so we don't have to worry about losing it if we take damage immediately. Now what this does is this gives us the ability to play Sack Room Shuffles if we need to. Toxic Shock doing a good job at keeping things down here. Bizzle, I'm sorry, it's just not the day today. We need stats here. We've gotten too many HP upgrades from bosses. I know you'll understand. You can actually freely pick up this charge here because remember, we don't have to worry about wasting energy. Wow, we just go straight to the boss. Okay, well, we're gonna have to go back and get a second charge in case we do get lucky and get the devil deal. No sack room, of course, which kind of a bummer. Electro Tear is helping us out very nicely with Fear of the Night. Yeah. Just gonna buy the full charge. No, that's lazy. We may need that 5 cents. Thinking about just buying it, but no reason to do that. That was me looking at the map, seeing how many hearts we have on the ground. Again, obviously, we want to be able to save this bone heart. And there is 1/2 red heart available on the floor. We got a Joker card anyway. Secret room I know is here. There ain't no way that you're gonna tell me that it's not there. Double Yaves, okay. So we go over here, hopefully get a Bomba. Didn't, but we got some red hearts. Need to get another bomb for that tinted rock there. Well, let's see what we get from the boss here. Oh my god. There you go. Gotta have a Tears upgrade. Blood Clot is nice to have, but we need a Tears upgrade. Okay, so we can get 2 or 3 for Leviathan here. Sulfur with the battery is nice, but it's not double reroll nice. Attack Halter does nothing for us. And Incubus at least helps us out with damage. We could get Rotten Baby as well. I'm gonna take Rotten Baby, but I don't like it. Not saying I don't like Rotten Baby, of course. I'm just saying I don't like the situation that he's being brought into right now because it causes us to lose another HP. The only reason why I really even did it was because, not necessarily because I want Rotten Baby that bad, but it's because we have the Hollow Heart, which is at least going to pay us back that HP that we just spent on a permanent item here. Swarm is... Again, it's kind of just a lukewarm item here. It's not necessarily good enough to take. It's not terrible. It's just not coming into a good situation where we can really get the most out of it. Purgatory, you're going to have to slow down with these clown physic triggers here. This is starting to get dangerous. So you just making stuff fly around all over the place. Okay, so we got the Eternal De-Sizzle, which we can at least use on the item room if we really wanted to, but obviously our new reroll target now becomes the secret room. And if there was ever a time for us to get rock bottom, it's now. we have a very good opportunity to do so. Movement speed is very poor here. Now, we do not want the car battery. And that mystifies some people when I talk about, you know, why would you want to have the car battery? It's a double use. You get 2 for 1. Car battery is great, but it's not good for rerolls because you will exhaust your item pool much faster, and you may inadvertently reroll over something that you don't necessarily want to lose. So like if you have a lot of item pedestals in Angel Deal, for example, you decide to reroll over it, you may inadvertently reroll over Sacred Heart or Godhead or something because you have a double reroll. So, car battery, very good. Not good for rerolls, in my opinion. First strength card. It doesn't actually give us any HP, so it's kind of whatever. I am still going to at least look inside the Devil Deal before we decide to reroll the Secret Room, but the Secret Room becomes our prime reroll target. I'm going to wait for Kidney Stone, so me and Incubus. Oh yeah, this is Depths 2. Forgot it was Depths 2. Well, in this case, we're not going to be able to re-roll the Eternal D6 unless we get the Fool card. I totally spaced on the fact that this is Depths 2. I thought it was Depths 1. Yeah, I'm going to take a Polaroid here because I don't trust his movement speed going up against Lamb. And Pentagram gives us Leviathan. If he's good, All the Void is better. Yellow's good. The Death's Touch is better. Ooh boy. We have to rely on the Hollow Heart at this point. But now we have Piercing Spectral with Kidney Stone. And Maw of the Void. So we have very massively upgraded our arsenal here. You want to get rid of those guts before they have even a chance to adjust and fire at you. Unsure of which way we're supposed to be going here for boss room. So we have a reroll ready to go for the Devil Deal if we do get one again. Or we have the boss item. We still get one more boss item to reroll here. But the thing that's making me uneasy about this run, again, is the lack of movement speed. We've seen, you all have seen firsthand at how out of control the damage can get if you are unable to move around. That's a big regen there from Placenta. Open Kidney Stone procs. I came in here a little bit of a mistake. I should have waited, but he's gonna proc. We do indeed get another Devil Deal. We don't have 2 rerolls though. Guppy's Paw. This doesn't give us anything. We're gonna take it just for the Guppy item. Maybe we get lucky. We don't necessarily, but we do get some Victor Robes. Now we can take the Soul Heart, and now we can get the movement speed upgrade. As much as I want to reroll for something else, we need movement speed. These are all very incremental upgrades that are now starting to add up, and our patience is being rewarded by going back, maximizing our rerolls, making sure we're not taking bad items, not settling for mediocre items or anything like that. We cannot take the Crystal Key here. Those bone hearts are instrumental in our survival. But obviously, the MVP is going to go to the D-Sizzle. I mean, how can it not? You know, we've gotten so many items on this run that we would have never ever had it not been for the D6. It is still elite, top of the class, S tier. It is an absolute game changer, the OG of game changers for Isaac runs. This is our last devil deal here. I'm going to pass on it. I'm going to wait till the cathedral so I can at least see how much HP we have. I think we have 5 plus 1. Another reason why I decided to do that first is because I wanted to get the second red heart container before we go try to get a devil deal. So I'm going to go into the mob trap room just to open it, and then we're going to use the Joker card to get out. Going to reroll Demon Baby. And money equals power. It does give us damage. There's no excuse for me not to take it here. So I'm going to take it. Money equals power is always going to be good. Even if you have 1 cent, it's still going to be good. It's just an evergreen item. It will always have value. It will always give you something positive for having it. Didn't actually mean to run in here, but we got our soul hearts back. Look at all the spiders that we have from Infestation 2, just out of nowhere, just summoning a giant swarm. This is where that range upgrade that we picked up, Mom's Heal, is definitely going to help out a lot. Especially with Kidney Stone. Our shot speed is out of control here. We're steamrolling now. We are absolutely steamrolling now. And this is where you want to be. This is a... It may not seem like the sexiest run, but this is one of the most fun ways to play Isaac, in my opinion. To be able to have a run outside of the flirting with death that we had early on and in the womb. We built a run out of good rerolls, good decisions, good planning. Part of that was also built into the fact that the compass had a huge role to play, letting us know exactly where to go, where not to go. We knew exactly how many rooms, up to a certain degree anyway, how many rooms we had left to clear before we ended up going to the boss. And the battery also huge. So this is a concerted team effort to make a run very enjoyable, very satisfying. And these are the type of runs that are just, to me, they're the most fun because, again, you have a run that really was nothing. It was nothing super special outside of starting with the D6, and we did exactly what we needed to do to build it into something special now. There she be, Lusty Blood and Serpent's Kiss as well. My God. So very satisfying run here to kick off the weekend. And like I said before, if you would like to support the channel, everybody, make sure you leave a comment down below. It's the easiest way to do so and support my channel along with other content creators' channels here on YouTube. Of course, clicking the like button and also subscribing if you're not already a part of the membership of the Mosh Pit here is also a great way to do it. So all 3 of those things are even bigger bonuses for me. And also support what I do. So thank you to those of you who go out of your way to do so. And not a delirium run, I'm sorry. I really appreciate it, everybody. Have a good start to your weekend. Don't forget to nominate your favorite episode to be nominated for the worst episode of the Repentance. This is a very weird sentence. So nominate your worst episode of the Repentance era down below for the redo run for the like streak goal. And remember, if this video gets 3,000 likes or more, we will be adding it to another tally so we can get more like streaks underway for this year. So thank you for watching. Happy August, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Relat01, Lutz, Callan, Canstany, and Andrew. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.